6 ways to improve quality when you're working with third-party engineers. Number 1, call out automated tests as an explicit deliverable on your statement of work. Automated tests are one of the foundational best practices of good software engineering, but yet most consultants and services firms don't include them because they're more concerned about pleasing the short-term interests of the client. Don't get caught without automated tests by explicitly calling them out in your statement of work. Number 2, demand multiple types of documentation be included in your scope. Specifically, API documentation, class and function descriptions, deployment and infrastructure diagrams should all be called out explicitly as deliverables. Again, make sure they are listed out in your statement of work, just like with the tests. These things are going to be very helpful when you try to take a project and transfer it over to a new set of engineers to do additional work on it. Number 3, don't try to plan everything on your project up front and lock in a fixed scope before you commence. Planning is valuable, but decades of accumulated wisdom in the software industry has taught us that the plan is always going to change, and probably by quite a lot. Instead of having a fixed scope, hire your consultant on an hourly basis and run the project in a flexible, agile manner, planning things only in 1 or 2 week intervals at a time. And make sure that you include tests and documentation called out explicitly in each of those intervals. Number 4, tell your contractor that you plan to get third-party quality audits of the code, and then hire a different contractor to perform the audit. Just the threat of having a third-party audit will force your contractor to take a lot fewer shortcuts and produce a higher quality result. Number 5, keep a maintenance contract with your consultant for at least 18 months after the project finishes. And make sure that the contract is structured in a way that they make less money if they have to do more maintenance, rather than making more money if they have to do more maintenance. Number 6, demand that specific quality metrics be provided to you on a weekly basis during the project. Specifically, you want to be able to ask for the number of tests that are failing versus the total number of tests that were run. The tests being what we discussed in advice number 1. You should also ask for any accuracy metrics on your core AI algorithm. It's not so important that you be able to interpret precisely what these metrics really mean, but the fact that you're asking them increases the accountability on your consultant and ultimately incentivizes them to produce a higher quality result. This has been 6 different ways to improve quality when you're working with third-party engineers and consultants. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of my latest content. I talk about all things related to building AI startups and AI technology.